Hi, I'm Robert Shandley. I'm Associate Dean for undergraduate programs here in the Bush School. I came to the Bush School from the College of Liberal Arts, where I was at one time head of the Department of International Studies, which is the program that has moved here to the Bush School. So my research in general has been how people use popular media, television and film, to work through political questions and the history of the moment. My current project is about statelessness and the experience of statelessness, and I started with post-war Germany, the immediate aftermath of World War II, and how Germans narrated their own experience of being without the protections of the state. So we like to, a lot of times in political discourse, we talk about how we can reduce the size and scope of the state and how that is going to lead to freedoms. And my research, I hope to show, is that that's not always true, that sometimes states are very much important to our own protection and well-being, and that stateless societies, or people who live under the conditions of statelessness, are often extremely vulnerable. I really like how much people enjoy working at the Bush School. You know, the people are really good and happy and positive, and it's a really enjoyable work environment because the people seem to enjoy their jobs. When I first got out of college, I worked in the newspaper industry, circulation, getting the newspapers out to people, and that wasn't as nearly as enjoyable work as being a college professor, but it did teach me a lot about deadlines, and I think that's been helpful to me in my academic career, that we academics are sometimes a little lax about deadlines, and you're never lax about deadlines in the newspaper industry. I'm most proud of what we did to build the program in International Studies as a program. It went from a relatively small program to quite a large one, and one, in fact, that would be attractive to moving to the Bush School. So that was I feel like that was an important accomplishment. I love to take students on study abroad trips. So one of the most enjoyable things I have done is done dozens of abroad trips with students. And it's always an exciting and meaningful experience to them. A lot of times, it's not only the first time they've ever been abroad, it's the first time they've ever been on an airplane. It's exciting, and you see the change in students' feelings and attitudes about the world almost immediately.